Want to know one of the fastest ways to understand American history? Find the public good that every other wealthy country has managed to build. Then ask, what would have happened the moment that Black Americans would have benefited too? That's where the story usually starts. Let's start with healthcare, shall we? Germany figured out universal healthcare in 1883. Britain, France, Canada, Japan, Australia. One by one, wealthy democracies looked around and decided that their people should not lose their homes because they got sick. Then there's America, the good old US of A, the richest country in the history of the world, still arguing about whether healthcare is a right. People usually blame insurance companies. They blame lobbyists or, socialism. Those things do matter, but if you stop there, you're missing one of the biggest reasons that we're different. In 1945, President Harry S. Truman proposed national health insurance. Universal, mind you. The American Medical Association fought it. Insurance companies fought it. And Southern segregationists fought it too. Why? Because federal healthcare meant federal money. Federal money meant federal oversight. And federal oversight meant integrated hospitals. Some lawmakers would rather kill healthcare for everybody than build a system where Black and white Americans received care together. That's not just my opinion, that is American history. So go back 10 years, Social Security. Franklin Roosevelt needs Southern votes. Southern lawmakers agree, with conditions, of course. Agricultural workers and domestic workers are excluded. Think about that. Who works those jobs? Those jobs included most Black Americans in the South. Yeah. America built its first great safety net, and then deliberately left millions of Black Americans standing outside of it. Then came Medicare. The federal government tells hospitals, if you want Medicare money, you have to desegregate. And hundreds of Southern hospitals suddenly found integration possible. Turns out principles are suddenly fixable when the check is big enough. Now, healthcare isn't the only example, right? People think colleges always cost a fortune. It didn't. The University of California was tuition free. CUNY was free. For generations, working class families, immigrants, millions of people earned degrees without paying a tuition. Then CUNY expanded access to Black and Puerto Rican students through open admissions. And within a few years, tuition. Ronald Reagan's education advisor, Roger Freeman, warned that America was creating an educated proletariat and argued that higher education had become too accessible. They weren't hiding what they were worried about. They were saying it out loud. And then there's my favorite example. Public swimming pools. Courts order cities to integrate them. Some communities just don't integrate. They don't build another pool. They just drain the ones that they have. They fill them with concrete and close them. Black families lose the pool. White families lose the pool. Everybody loses the pool. Because apparently sharing was worse than having nothing. Right? Now that's when the pattern becomes impossible to ignore, right? We have healthcare, Social Security, college, public pools. Different decade, different politicians, different speeches, yet the same fight. Every single time this country has had an opportunity to build something that benefited everybody, what did they do? Because the question stopped being, can we afford it? It became, who else gets it? Now, let me be precise here, okay? I'm not saying that racism is the only reason that we don't have American universal health care. Corporate lobbying matters. Insurance companies matter. Our employer-based insurance has its own separate, crazy history. All of that is true. But if you leave race out of this story, you're leaving out one of the biggest reasons that America kept making different choices than every other wealthy democracy in the world. People love to say that Americans don't have universal health care because it's too expensive. But history tells a different story. America has spent years making the same bargain. If Black Americans might benefit, somebody's going to start looking for a reason to kill it. Sometimes it's freedom. Sometimes it's socialism, sometimes it's taxes. Whatever the excuse is that decade, after a while, you start recognizing the pattern before they ever even finish the sentence.